It's Friday afternoon in Lunda village, not too far outside Charsadda. There's an eerie silence about, and we look around and you see complete destruction. The water has come all the way across the villages here. The locals tell me that it came at 2 o'clock in the morning when they were fast asleep. It reminds me of the stories when I heard in Kashmir just a few years ago when the earthquake struck in the middle of the night. Catching people off guard, the water just flooded in, kept rising and rising and rising. I look around the homes and I see the watermarks, and it's about 3/4 to 2/3 of the way up of the homes. Only what's left over is the rubble, the mud, broken homes, and I see a few tents that we've provided as emergency relief for the people to reside in whilst they start contemplating and rebuilding their lives. This was someone's bed who slept here, somebody's door, somebody's wall, and about 15 yards away the water still lies. It's a remnant of what happened just a few days ago, when the torrential rain and the water devastated the floods. Remnants of what happened a few days ago with the torrential rain and the floods came pouring in, causing havoc to over 100 families here. One of the children, she stepped outside, one of the young girls, she stepped outside her house as she was trying to evacuate, and the current swept her in. She reached out her hand and she grabbed anything, and her sister came to her aid and she went in too. 2 days later, just not too far from here, they found 2 bodies of both sisters dead. Almost up to 2,000 people have died in these floods, and up to 14 million people all over this country. It's a national disaster has swept the country. We've provided some emergency relief, an emergency shelter, emergency food for the immediate needs. Looking around with the crops, it was almost time for harvest and the crops were ready, almost ready to be harvested. They lie bare, submerged in water, ruined. So these people are going to require some short-term relief, and they're going to be reliant upon our support. Food security has become an issue now as all crops have failed. So we are going to have to provide assistance to help these people now who are in desperate need. They weren't reliant on handouts. They used to live off this land, plough the land, plough the crops, harvest the crops, and enjoy the fruits of their labour. But all that has come to a grinding halt as they look around themselves, probably in disbelief, probably in shock and horror. Within a moment's notice, they've lost loved ones, their homes, their livelihood, their crops. And they ask me to share with us, to share with the community, the international community, for support. And it's in this time, in this blessed month of Ramadan, that we need to get this assistance and support out to these people who are reliant, who are probably mostly fasting at this moment in time. We're reliant upon the generosity of people like yourselves to help and get our assistance out to the people in need. Let's show them that we are thinking about them, feeling about them, caring and sharing in this blessed month of Ramadan, and reaching out to our brothers and sisters in humanity as they lie in wait for the support of people like you and I to arrive here. In villages like Lunda, are all across this country right now. Families like this one right behind me are all waiting eagerly to see what will come about of the international community for their support.